Okay, so I'm trying out a new filming location today because after my last video my friends told me that it had casting couch vibes, so didn't realise, never saw the movie. I don't know if filming in my bed is going to be worse, but it's my only option. There's nowhere else that I can film, so either this is okay or I'm quitting YouTube, I guess. I feel like the start of every year is such a hectic and overwhelming and stressful time because everyone kind of goes into it with all these hopes and plans and resolutions, and then it gets just too much and you kind of give up on day 5 and that's it until next year. So one thing that I've started doing to avoid this is using December as a sort of trial new year, sort of like a time to prepare and plan so that when it hits January it doesn't feel quite so overwhelming. So yeah, these are going to be the 5 things that I do in December to make January a bit more bearable. Okay, so I'm going to start with my most important tip, and that is to declutter your whole life. It's pretty good how in New Zealand December sort of lines up with the end of spring, so I get to call this a spring clean, but if you're in the other hemisphere I guess you can have a autumn tidy. Normalize having an autumn tidy. The first part of this is to obviously declutter your like physical surroundings. Throw out or donate or give away the shit that you've been holding on to because you're convinced that you're gonna need it at some point. Do the like Marie Kondo thing. Pick up all your stuff and see what sparks joy. Most of it probably doesn't. I know having an empty little space sparks joy for me. I feel like physically decluttering is so much harder to do in January, because if you celebrate Christmas, you get given like a bunch of random knickknacks. And so when you're trying to go through and get rid of clutter, you have all this new stuff that you can't really get rid of because you've just gotten it. And it's just, I find it stressful. So yeah, I think December is definitely a much better time to be doing this. Decluttering also refers to technology. I personally feel like this is even more important given how much time we spend on our phones and our laptops and how much just junk they're capable of holding on to. Go through and delete all your old like photos, videos, emails, messages, contacts. I have so many contacts from Tinder from boys that I just wanted to play iMessage games with. Oh my god, look. I don't know if you can see all that. What a fucking nightmare. I shouldn't be allowed on dating apps. I'm not trying to date, I'm just trying to play 8-ball. Please get rid of your contacts, Spotify downloads, notes, apps that you don't use. Literally, there are so many things on your phone that you can clear out. And it feels so good. I feel like having an empty phone directly correlates to having like an empty head. I truly cannot explain to you how good this feels. Also go through the people that you're following and subscribe to. Ask yourself if it makes you feel good or inspired or any kind of positive emotion. And if it doesn't, unfollow. Or if you kind of feel bad about unfollowing because you know them, muting people is a lifesaver. The second most important thing to do, and also I think my favourite thing to do, is a little year in review. So look back at your goals and resolutions from the start of the year and just kind of be really honest with yourself about what you did and didn't achieve, and what went well and what went really, really badly for you. And then have a think about why. Like if you did achieve your goals, was it because it was something you were super passionate about, or was it because it was easy, or did you have like a timeline for it? Figure out what it is about that goal that made it achievable for you. And if you didn't achieve your goals, definitely take a look at why not. Like, was it just that the goal wasn't very important to you? Or was it unrealistic? Or was it like very easy to put off and make excuses about? I know for me, one of my goals this year was to start a YouTube channel. And you're watching this, so obviously I've done that. But I started this YouTube channel last week in December. I definitely put it off quite a lot. I think it's because I was scared and frightened and terrified, but also because I never put any kind of time on it. I was just like, I'm gonna do it, and I've done it, but I really should have done it sooner. So I guess on that point is, if there's something on the list of things that you can do in December, like if you could tick off one of your goals or resolutions this month, literally just do it. So that way you've achieved your goals, and that's kind of epic. But obviously a lot of goals are going to be a bit more long term. So if there's something that you can do to take a step towards the goal, that's great as well. So you go into the new year with like that little bit of momentum. Okay, the last part of this review is to find something that you're proud of. And I guarantee you that everyone's got at least one thing that they can feel good about doing this year. It's so easy to focus on the stuff that we didn't do that we kind of forget to be proud of ourselves for all the things we did get done. So find something that you're proud of, Give yourself a little pat on the back for it, or a pat on the head if that's easier and feels nicer. That's what I do. Well done. Good job. I'm proud of you. I feel like it's always just nice to head into the new year with the mindset of I am competent. Starts the year off on a good note, feeling like you can achieve things. Okay, so the third thing to do is to use the review that you've just done to make a little plan for next year. So I'm talking making some new goals and some new resolutions if you're into that kind of thing, which I am. I think it's fun. This gives you a pretty good head start so you're not starting in January completely unprepared. The first part is to make some goals and make them smart goals. There's nothing sexier. So that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, not realistic. Everyone always thinks that the R stands for realistic, but realistic and achievable are the same thing, I think. Those are synonyms. So the R is for relevant, meaning it's relevant to your life and something you actually want or need to achieve. Sorry, I get very passionate about goals. And the T is time bound. I feel like setting goals is such a huge topic that I'm gonna actually do a separate video just on that. Otherwise this will be a very, very long video. So go subscribe and that'll be probably next week, I think. And once you've set these goals, literally tell everyone about it. Get a little goal buddy, have all your friends over and have a little goal setting party. That sounds so fun. I'm gonna have a goal setting party, what the f? But basically this just keeps you accountable because I feel like letting other people down feels a lot worse than just letting yourself down if you're the only one that knows about these goals. So make sure as many people know as possible to keep you accountable. It's also such a good idea to use December to start practicing and preparing for like new routines or habits you're maybe hoping to get into. I'm not sure how many people actually give up on their resolutions within January, but I feel like it's a lot. I'm gonna look it up and put it up here. And honestly, I think that's because expecting yourself to suddenly be able to do all these habits with no practice is so unrealistic. And then because it's January, you're kind of like, well, I tried, I guess I'll try again next year. But if you have a trial run of them in December and you kind of mess up, you can just start again in January. You have to wait till next month, not next year. And I think especially helpful is knowing what got in the way during December, so you can remove as many obstacles as possible. Obviously it's important to mention here, you can start again at any time, but I also do definitely understand kind of wanting to have a meaningful start point. Like a new year is so good for that. Okay, the fourth thing that I think everyone should be doing in December is using it as a time to get back in contact with people that you maybe fell out of touch with a bit during the year. Does anyone else feel sort of weird, like randomly reaching out to people and just being like, hi, how are you? I always think like, what if they think I'm weird for this? I hope that's not just a me thing. But in December, I feel like it's not completely random and out of nowhere. You can sort of just message to say happy holidays and see how they're doing, which definitely feels less weird, I think. Also, if you're the kind of person that sends like Christmas cards, that's so cute. I literally think people that send Christmas cards are the best people. I've never been upset to receive one, and I don't think I would ever be upset to receive one. So if you're the kind of person that wants to send Christmas cards, surely do that. It's so cute. Also, a little side note, maybe this would have worked better in the decluttering bit, but oh well. Maybe you could use December to also intentionally fall out of touch with people who suck bad. Obviously, I don't mean just go around like ghosting people, but if there are people in your life that make your life worse and you've tried setting boundaries or having a chat to them about it and nothing's changed, maybe let go of them if you can and head into the new year without that weighing you down. Okay, so the last thing that I think everyone should do before the end of the year is something that scares you and excites you and is kind of out of your comfort zone a bit, so that you can always look back and be like, oh yeah, 2021 was the year that I did this really cool, fun, exciting thing. For me, I'm going to use the YouTube example again. This is very much outside of my comfort zone, very scary, but also exciting. So just do something, you know? Start your own channel maybe. Jump out of an airplane with a parachute, please. Ask someone out. Fall in love with someone. Me specifically, please. Honestly, the list of things you could do here is so long. I could think of hundreds probably if I tried. I might actually do that for my next video, like a list of 100 things to do outside of your comfort zone. yeah, I'm gonna do that next actually. That's gonna be my next video, so if you wanna watch that, subscribe. Anyway, I feel like this last tip kind of ties in with everything else that I've said in this video, because I think if you do the other things on the list right, it should feel a bit uncomfortable and hopefully exciting as well. So yeah, this is a good tip to end on, I think. I'm gonna end the video here for today, but I really hope that you found something useful. If you are gonna do any of these things, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. I have like 3 subscribers at the moment, so I will definitely see your comment or your message. Also, if you have any other things to do during December that you feel like might be helpful, please leave them in the comments because I would love to know. But yeah, that's everything that I have to say today. So if you watched this all, thanks for watching. If you want to like, comment and subscribe, please do, that would be very cool. Have a nice little December, everyone. Bye! Fall, you guys call it fall, so surely like a fall... freshing. Fall fresh. No, I like autumn tidy more, sorry.